many of them out there like that.
I saw one.
I saw one 5-6 years old.
I saw one that expired July of 2018.
Yeah, me too.
And it was just a paper from like a dealership.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
I'd say 1 out of 5 cards have expired.
Yeah.
Or no license plate.
Yeah, that too.
I actually 2 weeks ago saw one that had half of the license plate.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they slowly but surely they pulling them over again because me and some ladies were clowning. It was like, what's the use of rushing to DMV, getting our registration as people that don't even register a car? I said, well, because once they start, you know, we don't have to worry about it. But I've seen them start pulling them over again.
A lot of it has to do with people can't afford registration and insurance.
That too.
I've heard of several people. They were afraid they'd be called for jury duty.
Yeah.
And I said, I've talked myself out of 3 jury summons in 5 years.
Me too.
All I say is, I've read about the case. I already have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want me.
Right.
So I'm not making $10 an hour sitting in a jury
Me neither. I have a lot to lose. I tell them over and over because I work at LAUC and I take care of a aunt. I'm with her a lot, so I can't do it. Have her write a letter. You don't care for her. Can't do it. Afford it either. I went a couple of times, spend all that money for parking, and pick one on the same day. I just said no. I can't do it. I don't have the money to give away for nothing. You know, pay $20-something for parking, and then they say, oh, we don't need you.
Well, the first time was in Alaska. They didn't have the survey.
Okay.
But I was like 936, and they didn't even hit 800 because you had to call in. But I mean, twice in Kentucky, they wanted a survey, and I formed an opinion.
Right.
And my opinion is shoot, hang, or fire.
Right. And then another thing, I don't want to be responsible for nobody fate either. Whether you go to jail or not, I just don't want to be bothered with none of that. You know.
I learned how much it costs to house one inmate every year.
Okay.
I mean, just buy 1 bullet.
Right.
Of course, now they're doing that in South Carolina. They've executed a second person by firing squad, and that's because they chose that.
Yeah.
They had like 2 options, and they chose that. Hope I never have to make that choice.
No, me either.
I don't think I'd want to serve on a jury with the death penalty either.
Whether they did it or not, I just don't want to be responsible for somebody's life. I don't want to do it. I wrote that in my comment. I just don't want to do this. So they haven't bothered me about 5-6 years.
And I used to be pro-death penalty, but after reading a lot about the Menendez brothers and Scott Peterson, all the stuff they don't allow in a trial that could actually change the jury's mind.
Right.
I mean, that makes me nervous.
Yeah. Me too.
I don't think I'd want to decide someone's death when there's a good chance that there's a witness somewhere that wasn't called.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
California has a 3 strikes law. If you commit 3 felonies, it's an automatic life sentence.
It is. Yep. That's correct.
I think they did that after I can't remember her first name, but her last name was Klaas. The girl that went missing in '96.
Okay, I think I remember that story. Yes.
Okay. I think Winona Ryder was one of the spokespeople that kind of got it passed.
Okay.
Third felony conviction, automatic life sentence, 3 strikes law.
Okay.
Even then, it costs so much to house them.
Oh yeah. Yes, it do.
No wonder prison food's gross. It'd be much more expensive.
Oh yeah. Right here.
All right. Have an awesome day. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too. Okay. Thank you. I'll put a little tip in.
No problem. And the back hatch is unlocked.
Okay. Thank you, my dear.